and welcome to the Theater Talk for Primary Trust by Eboni Booth at Roundabout Theater Company. My name is Sarah Ellen Stevens and I am a Roundabout teaching artist for performance.
I'm Leslie Racinos and I am a Roundabout teaching artist in lighting design.
To be here while Roundabout is doing Primary Trust, this world premiere, has been so exciting. Let me tell you about it. Let me tell you a bit about Primary Trust by Eboni Booth. So it's a story about Kenneth, who's a 38-year-old man who lives in a small town outside of Rochester, New York. Every day for the past 15 years has been exactly the same. He works at the bookstore during the day and he enjoys tais with his friend Bert at night. However, once the bookstore owner closes shop, Kenneth is forced to make these changes, pushing past his boundaries, and sometimes that means making new friends, sometimes that means reconciling with the past.
Yeah, our playwright Eboni Booth is a writer and actor from the Bronx, New York, which I happen to be from, and her work has been displayed across many theaters. A recent piece of hers is Paris. It was produced at the Atlantic Theater Company, and she was also an actress in a off-broadway production at Playwrights Horizons of Dance Nation.
She's an incredible talent, very multidimensional, very excited, and so is this play. She's working with Knud Adams, who's an Obie-winning director, and he does very artful work. He's very architecturally sophisticated in his visual storytelling, which I'm excited to see in this context.
And it's really interesting to hear in an interview with Roundabout, Eboni goes into her inspiration behind writing Primary Trust, and it comes from her 17 years of experience working in restaurants as a waitress and bartender, and she developed a curiosity for her customers and their lives. And coming from the Bronx in the big city, she says that she has always felt like her spirit has felt called to smaller spaces, so it's interesting for her to kind of create her own small space and a world where she kind of explores loneliness, feeling lonely and misunderstood, but seeking connection and not knowing how to approach people, not knowing how to kind of find that community.
Absolutely.
And she's actually collaborated with Knud in the past, and she describes their relationship to be that they speak the same language, but they disagree a lot, and she seems to really appreciate that though, because it gives her some new perspective and it gives her kind of a raw truth, and I'm really excited to see how they have collaborated to tell this story, to kind of take us through this roller coaster of emotions, as Kenneth himself is going through different feelings of loneliness versus connecting.
Sure. I mean, it's interesting that you say that she has such a lengthy experience in hospitality, because Kenneth is a regular at this spot. You know, at night he drinks with his friend Bert. Every night he drinks Mai Tais, and he goes there every single time. And what that routine, what that ritual is in a small town, I think it's something that we can kind of connect to. And the food, they always have Mai Tais. And the drink and what that means for connection, what that means for community, how that immediately activates us. If I said Bloody Mary to you, or margarita, or coconut shrimp, I mean, what kind of memories would fire off, and what kind of feelings of community might pop up for you? I'm excited to see that translated on stage, because it's so palpable in the script, and she has even curated music throughout the script, and it might change as it opens, but it's a symbiotic message of community and connection through those environments and through those atmospheres, and I know that they'll expand upon that in a way that we can feel universally about it.
Yeah, I'm really excited to experience being an audience member and actually feeling the shift in the tone throughout the story. Though this story is not set through a long span of time, there are drastic shifts in moments, and I'm interested to see how the technical elements will come together to kind of display that in the lighting and in the set design, as well as the sound and costumes. So as a technical person, that's kind of what I lean into. What are you excited about?
Well, I think we all are Well, I mean, I don't want to speak for the whole world, but I feel like we all are walking through this time healing from something. And Kenneth is a character who is walking through this town healing from something. In the way that he connects to food and those atmospheres and the people in the town and the changes that's happening in his life, I think is healing him in a very interesting way, a very subtle and nuanced way, but it's so significant at the same time. And I think both Eboni and Knud's styles will complement that. So I'm excited to see it unfold in the performances as well.
Thanks so much, Sarah, for talking with me and dissecting this piece with me.
Thank you, Leslie. I love this. I'm even more excited to see it, if you can believe it.
If you are interested in learning more about primary trust, please check out our Upstage Guide on our website. And if you'd like to learn more about Eboni Booth, we have an interview that's linked in our Upstage Guide, and we also have a lecture series on Saturday, May 20th.
And thank you so much. And we look forward to seeing you at the theater.